Hello everyone, this is Anil Khwaja. I'm a co-founder, director and registered migration agent at ThinkHigher Consultants. Today, we have bring another video regarding Australian immigration, and this is all about the point testing. What exactly the general skill migrations are, what visas under the general skill migration, and what points are required in order to meet the eligibility criteria. The first and the foremost, we'll talk about general skill migration. So general skill migration is a program by Department of Home Affairs where they ask skilled workers from all around the world to apply with the minimum threshold of 65 points. So for subclasses are 491, 189 and 190. All these three subclasses require 65 points. Now, how to achieve these points? What are the factors involved in these point testing? We'll discuss on this one. So the point testing involves different factors which we have discussed earlier. Now we will be discussing all those factors one by one in detail. The first one is the age. So the maximum points you get it when you are between 25 to 32 years old. So if you are between that age gap, you will get the maximum point, that is 30. Now the second factor is the education. So if you have done a qualification which is equivalent to Australian qualification framework, that is around the bachelor's level or the master's level, you get somewhere around 15 points. Diploma gives you 10 points, whereas the PhD gives you 20 points. So after the education, there is another major factor which is called the master by research points. So if you have done master research in one of the STEM studies, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, you'll get additional 5 points. So the next factor for the education part is the regional study. So if you have lived and worked in a regional area under the regional university setup, you would be able to get the 5 points. Now, the next factor is very important, which most of the overseas applicants really eye on, that is the experience part. So if you're overseas and claiming overseas experience, there is a set of points you can claim. If you have minimum 3 years of experience, you get 5 points. The minimum 5 years of experience, you'll get 10 points. Whereas maximum up to 8 years of overseas experience give you 15 points. So that's the max limit. Whereas if you have an Australian experience, there are certain different set of points where 1 year experience will give you 5 points, 3 years experience will give you 10 points, 5 years experience give you 15 points, and if you have 8+ years of Australian experience give you maximum 20 points. So the maximum points you can get is max 20. You can add overseas and the onshore Australian experience in order to meet up to 20 points, but you cannot claim more than 20 points. So the next big factor is the English proficiency. If you get superior English, that is 8 each in IELTS or equivalent PT or other acceptable English proficiency test by Department of Home Affairs, you get maximum 20 points. If you're able to achieve 7 each, that is called the proficient English, you'll get 10 points. Apart from that, there's a major important information you need to know. Minimum requirement for any general skill migration is 6 each, or that is called the competent English. If you're not able to achieve competent English, you would not be able to apply for a general skill migration in either of the subclasses like 491, 189, 190. So the another factor is called the Ccl Test, which gives you 5 additional points. It's been governed by the NATI. It's an organization which is for the translators and interpreters. So whatever language you select, you need to give the test. Once the outcome would be there, you're able to get the 5 points. Now, last but not the least, that is the partner points or being single. So if you're single, you'll get 10 points. If you're a partner, then your partner needs to be a skill in the skill occupation list along with a minimum English requirement of 6 each. That leads to another points. So either you claim 10 points for the single or 10 points for the partner. So to wrap up, generally require minimum 65 points for the general skill migration. Now, since the Australian borders have recently opened up, there are lots of opportunity for state sponsorships like 491, 190, or individual general skill migration like 189. So don't miss out this opportunity. Do contact a registered migration agent in order to give you the best possible advice and apply for one of these visa applications or the visa streams if you fall under the point testing criteria. Thank you.